Medical Watch now. Financial scams are estimated to cost older Americans a staggering $8 billion a year. And there's a new study that was conducted at Rush University Medical Center that reveals that estimate may not even be close to the real extent of the crimes. Dr. Patricia Boyle is a professor of psychiatry and behavioral sciences at Rush and the author of this new study. She's joining me. There you see her to talk to us about the findings. Hello to you.
Hello, thank you for having me.
All right, this is so interesting because you did a very interactive study, you could say, to determine how bad of a problem we're dealing with. Tell me about it.
So as you mentioned, we know that scams and fraud targeting older adults present major economic and health-related challenges. By some estimates, older adults lose upwards of $8 billion, the number you gave, each year to fraud and scams. And in addition to financial losses, scam vulnerability is associated with health outcomes, including loss of independence, depression, even early mortality. However, research has attempted to understand the scope of this problem, but it's been very difficult to determine exactly how many older adults are at risk and why.
Okay.
We conduct
I wanted to dig into the specifics of what you did because you actually were calling people, they were picking up the phone, and they were falling for it. Tell me about that side of it.
So we exposed older adults to a number of sources of material and information designed to mimic a government impersonation scam. So this was not an actual scam. However, they were shown materials that would be similar to what they might see in these common scams. And what we asked people to do is respond and let us know if they were interested in talking about, what was going on and what might be a problem. And what we found in this first ever behavioral experiment that objectively measured who was vulnerable was that a very sizable number of older adults were vulnerable, including many without memory loss or other signs of cognitive impairment. In fact, about 16% of older adults responded to our outreaches and gave away information that, had this been an actual scam, really could have jeopardized their safety and well-being.
Okay, so my question then becomes why? Because I have, older parents, and I tell them all the time, don't answer the phone, don't press buttons, don't give out your information. So I'm sure they've heard this over and over before. So what is happening that oftentimes they're falling for this kind of stuff?
And this is precisely the question we're trying to address. We need to understand why some people are vulnerable, whereas others are not. We looked at the factors that were related to who responded and who didn't. Chief among them, we found that older adults who were aware of the tactics of scammers, using high-pressure sales pitches, playing on emotions, making offers that sound too good to be true and therefore likely are, those individuals were much less likely to fall victim or fall prey, although no one was actually victimized, I repeat. But individuals who weren't aware of those kinds of tactics and weren't aware that older adults are more commonly targeted than younger adults were likely to respond to our outreaches.
All right.
So it looks like awareness of scam tactics and common scams is one big important factor here.
We've got about 15 to 20 seconds left so what would you tell families who have an elderly person perhaps living with them? What advice would you give them? What can we do about it?
The most important thing we can do is educate older people. Let them know scammers are out there. They're looking for them. There's a lot of information online with the AARP and the FBI, for example, regarding common scams targeting the elderly. People need to get familiar with these. And as you mentioned at the top, non-engagement is really the best prevention strategy. If you don't know who's calling, don't answer the phone. If you don't know who mailed you something, don't open that up.
That's right.
Really trying to stay
Good advice. Dr. Patricia Boyle, we appreciate your time. Thank you. Good advice. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Up next,